Dragii mei, am văzut că vi s-a părut interesant materialul realizat de colega mea Simona despre agricultura în Franța și cum reușesc francezii să obțină rezultate bune. Și pentru că este bine să învățăm și de la alții, în emisiunea de astăzi, colega mea a aflat cum se face agricultură în Danemarca și care sunt principalele puncte tari pe care și România ar putea să le promoveze mai mult. Toate acestea le aflăm de la Ambasadorul Danemarcei în România.
Denmark has also some investments in Romania, also in agriculture. Can you please tell us something about these companies?
Well, we have around, I think around 600 Danish companies are active in Romania. Not all of them with investments, of course, but a lot of them have longer-term investments. In the agricultural side, one of the largest producers of pork is Danish, and they have been here for more than 15 years. Investing more than 140 million euros over that period. I can tell you also that they've actually not taken money out. They've reinvested continuously in Romania, in production facilities, in creating the best possible sanitary standards. They've been used as a model for the industry, actually, among other pork producers. We have also other areas, chicken, cheese production, and we have farmers who are here.
Denmark has one of the highest market share of organic products in the world. And I think we all need this organic food, no? What is the percentage of Danish land area used for organic farming in 2021, and what are the expectations for the future?
Denmark uses approximately 12% right now of its total area, total agriculture for organic production. 10% of all farms, approximately, are doing organic production. It's the ambition of the government to double this amount, to double the amount of the size of the organic agriculture before 2030. So it's quite an ambitious goal.
Also, consumers' appetite for organic fruits and vegetables has grown and Danish people are world champions at organic consumption. What motivates consumers to buy organic food?
I think at the end of the day, it's basically about health. People want to eat more healthy. They want to eat more healthy foods. We have had more and more information on the bad sides of having too much pesticides. Both the residue that is in the food, but also what goes into your water, the drinking water. In Denmark, we have always had the possibility just to drink the water directly from the tap. This is getting under threat in certain areas because of the use of chemicals in agriculture. So people like this. The other side of it, of course, is that organic production and more sustainable production is also seen in the context of climate change, which is a big issue among people in Denmark. So people were looking for ways to actually consume in a more sustainable way, and their organic products are good. And the last reason, I think, is they simply taste better. You can taste the difference between a pork or a chicken or a cow, for that matter, who have been free range, who have been eating healthy greens rather than force-fed on processed fodder. And the vegetables and the fruits, of course, also just taste much better.
Agriculture and food is Denmark's largest competence cluster, as I read. Can we say that this is the secret of success when companies, trade and farmers associations are all together in the same way?
Yes, I think it has historical roots in Denmark, because we had since the mid 1800s the cooperative movement, which was essentially farmers organizing themselves around production, but not least around developing the industrial side of agriculture, the processing of the corn and the dairies and so on. And this is still the backbone and the strength of Danish agriculture, that you have a farmer-based cooperative movement. So you still have farmers who have become larger, but they still work together. I think one of the challenges, for example, in Romanian agriculture is you have a lot of small producers, and they don't seem to be cooperating very well for historical reasons here, because people connect cooperative in agriculture with the communist past. We don't have this problem in Denmark, and the cooperative movement has also become a force for generating new ideas, for developing new technologies, because they have the size to do it. And this is the same on the organic side of agriculture. Also there you have very strong cooperative collaborations between the industry, the farmers, and at the end of the day the retailers. Because what makes a successful organic transition is that you have shops willing and able to actually provide the organic produce to the consumers.
Denmark has also beautiful villages, and the concept of smart village is well known as well. What can you tell us about this kind of village lifestyle, traditions?
I think what we've seen in Denmark, like in many other countries, is basically a move away from villages, moving to urban centers, that people have left the countryside to move to the cities. It's a tradition. It's a trend, you could say, in all of the West, and in many, basically a global trend. We've seen this also in Denmark. People have been moving for the last 100, 200 years from the countryside to the cities. What we're seeing now is a little bit a reversal, that more people are getting tired of living in big, polluted, trafficked cities like Bucharest or even Copenhagen, and actually wanting to have peace and quiet, perhaps to find themselves, find more calm and fresh air in the countryside. The advantage is that you don't move back to a primitive society. You're actually moving into often rural areas where you have interconnectedness. You can work from home. You have internet connection. And I think this is one of the very key elements of smart cities, smart villages also, is that you can actually take your urban environment and you kind of move all the technical side of it to a village. Then we have more well-established villages who are sustainable, who try to produce sustainably, who you will not, for example, find they will not be having mowing their lawns. They let everything grow.
You have 3 years in Romania already. Did you have time to visit also Romanian villages? You have something here nice with Romanian symbols and old symbols. So it's nice that it's a big surprise that you have this on your table.
Well, yes, I have. I mean, I've been in the countryside. I love to travel in Romania. I think it's a beautiful country. I enjoy your kitchen. I enjoy your wines, I have to admit. And of course, I've also visited the village museum here in Bucharest. I live very close to it, so it gives a very interesting impression of the kind of history you have in the villages. And frankly, a lot of it is very similar to our villages, because let's face it, village life was focused on production and agriculture. I think there is a lot of potential for developing Romania when it comes to the villages. Unfortunately, lots and lots of villages are missing simple things like water, sanitation, but also more digital means of communication. And this is again one of the areas where I think Danish companies can be a great help. Romania is getting a lot of money from the European Union as part of the recovery funds. A lot of this money is going into also rural development. So there are lots of possibilities to move forward on rural developments also in Romania.
So you like Romanian villages, food, wine as well. So they are connected with agriculture.
Yes.
If you would like to invite friends from Denmark, for example, to Romania, can you tell me, please, three reasons to convince him or to come? So why is Romania? Okay, village, food, wine.
Well, I think for Danes, we're always keen to go to countries that have mountains, because Denmark is a very flat country. So we're always fascinated by countries who have mountains. Of course, you have beautiful mountains. One of my favorite places to explain to people is the Transfăgăraș highway. It's a very beautiful, especially in the autumn, where the trees have all the colors and so on. It's spring, yes. So that's one option. Another phenomenon that I encourage people to go and see is the Danube Delta. I think that's also an amazing area.
It's unique.
It's unique in Europe, yeah. The coast perhaps less, because we have much more coast than you have actually in Denmark. So we're not so fascinated by your coast, but certainly by the mountains and of course the historical villages. Anything from, of course, the sort of Central European type villages you find in Transylvania, but also Bukovina and here in the south. It's such a variety, and there are big differences actually in Romania, which people don't tend to know. And then of course I tell them to come and enjoy the good food. And Danes love wine. We are one of the biggest wine importers per capita in the world actually, which means that we're accustomed to good wine but also inexpensive wines because we import so much that the prices are low. And people are generally surprised because they don't know Romanian wine very well, because you don't export a lot of wine. And this is one of the things. I visited a couple of vineyards, and I can always recommend to take people to a vineyard simply to try the atmosphere, try the wine, meet the people.